Hello, everyone, and welcome to the course. We're just getting started here in week one. And what I like to do is do a short video every week, supplementing the videos and materials that I have posted for the week. Just trying to give a more focused notion of what the idea is for the week. So I'll be sending these videos out periodically, trying to give a little focus to what we're doing for the week and also put it in the context of a larger trajectory of the class. I hope that you've had a chance to look at the syllabus as well as the introductory materials here, which will give you, I think, if you look at the course overview video especially, will give you a sense of hopefully the logic or the arrangement at least of what we're doing week by week and what the class is really about. That being said, if we look at week one, traditional ethical decision making, you'll see short excerpts from Immanuel Kant's Grounding for the Metaphysics of Morals to give us a sense of what Kantian ethical decision making would constitute. And that really, just watch the videos, really focuses on the categorical imperatives. And then what John Stuart Mill's, the basic rule or criterion or basic principle of classical utilitarianism is. And that is, I think, nicely supplemented by the little thing on consequentialism from the BBC website. But why are we doing this? Why are we looking at these works or these excerpts? Well, we're trying to get a very quick sense of how one might apply a certain framework to an ethical situation to come to some sort of answer. This is really a quick and dirty introduction to both Kant and to utilitarianism, to try to boil them down in a very sort of, practical way to kind of easily applied ethical decision-making frameworks. How would Kant deal with this particular problem? How would a utilitarian deal with this particular problem? And that's what we want to get out of week one is just, well, if I apply the first or second version of Kant's categorical imperative, or if I apply the basic principles of utilitarianism, what kind of answer would that point me towards? And it's just a way of maybe supplementing our ordinary, more intuitive way of dealing with ethical issues. So that's really all we're trying to get out of week one is some notion of how to apply the basic ideas of these two very different approaches to morality as a way of maybe something, a touchstone to keep in mind during the course, especially moving forward to weeks 2 and 3 when we look at the ethical problems that are that emerge from autopilot and from the incident of the social experiment that Facebook did several years ago, and seeing how would Kant deal with this? What would the Kantian characterization of this be? What would the utilitarian characterization of this be? What sort of answer in terms of whether something is ethically right or ethically wrong would we get if we applied these frameworks? And again, these are looking forward also in the class, calling them traditional ethical frameworks, is pointing to week 4 when we read Jonas's Technology and Responsibility, in which he claims that because of the growth of all forms of technology, that we are at a point in history where the traditional ethical frameworks have broken down, at least in some areas of life. They are no longer adequate in order to get a feasible, workable, ethical answer. We'll obviously be focusing on the growth of computer technology or growth of digital technology in that respect. So it is something we're trying to do this week, get a hold on Kant and utilitarianism, but also in the larger trajectory of the course, thinking ahead to whether or not contemporary forms of computer technology have actually transcended, or if the problems have transcended the limits of these traditional ethical frameworks. But that's in the longer view. The idea of week one is just to get a grasp of these ethical decision making frameworks.